Cheap leads that don't convert, they're not a bargain. They're a waste of your time, your energy, and your money. In this episode, I'm pulling back the curtain on why chasing low-cost leads is keeping your business stuck, and what to focus on instead if you want a list that actually buys from you. We're talking about the real reasons your ads feel risky, the mindset shift you need to make as a CEO, and the 4 strategic moves that'll turn your ad strategy into a predictable, profitable part of your freedom empire. Let's dive in. Cheap leads. They're costing you more than you actually think. Let me explain. Let's zoom out for a second, because this isn't just about Facebook ads or Instagram ads, and it's definitely not just about lead cost. This conversation matters right now because the whole online business landscape has shifted. People aren't buying courses like they did in 2020 and 2021. That buying frenzy we all enjoyed, that's over. We're not in boomtown anymore. We're in bunker mode. Fewer people are starting businesses, fewer people are growing businesses, fewer people are taking risks at the moment. Most are holding their cards close to their chest, trying to weather the economic uncertainty. They're tired, they're cautious, and they're not jumping into offers the way they used to. Some people call it a trust recession. I recorded a whole episode about it. Now, sure, some course creators are still raking it in, and I love seeing that. I love it when I see course creators absolutely thriving. But for most people, sales are a bit slower. Launches feel a bit heavier. And even though your ad dashboard might be showing you cheaper leads, the return on those leads can be a bit meh. And that brings us here, because while lead costs have stayed about the same or even dropped slightly compared to a few years ago, the quality of those leads has taken a serious nosedive. Why is this? It's because Meta's ad platform is no longer optimizing based on the best leads. It's optimizing for the easiest click. Your pixel is basically a one-eye pixel. It's got, like, it can kind of see, but it can't see as well as it used to. It sees someone land on your thank you page and it says, yes, success. But it doesn't really know how to feed that back to the algorithm so the algorithm can give you more people like that. And it has no idea, if you sell courses, what that person does next. Once they've converted to a lead, Meta has no idea what that person does when it enters your launch 6 months from now. So whether they open your emails, click your links, show up to your webinar, or buy your offer, Meta doesn't know. It can't see any of that. And so it keeps showing your ad to more and more people who are just like the ones who've clicked, but not like the ones who convert to sales. Which means those $1 leads, those bargain leads, they might not be a bargain. They could just really be a trap. And that's why this episode matters, because if you're measuring success by how little you can spend on Meta ads, instead of how much you're actually earning from your email list, you're playing the wrong game. And I want to help you change that. So let's talk about what chasing $1 leads or cheap leads really means, and why that's holding you back. Chasing cheap leads really is like having a discount mindset. You know, it's like having a Temu ads. Nobody wants it. And here's the uncomfortable truth. When you obsess over how cheap you can get your leads, you're operating from fear. It feels like you're being strategic, like you're being a responsible business owner. But really, you're just trying not to lose. And I get it. It's scary to spend money on ads when your last launch didn't perhaps go as well as you wanted, or sales have been consistently dropping for the last 2 years. But when that voice in your head is whispering, what if this doesn't work? That's the voice of fear. So we end up going after what feels safe, and that's low-cost leads. But this is what I want every freedom empire builder to know, and what you're stepping into. The cheapest lead isn't the safest one. It's the one that drains your time, your energy, and your confidence because it never converts to a sale. So if you're filling your list with $1 leads, or leads that don't open your emails, don't click, don't buy, you're playing safe. And you're playing small. And it's costing you more than just money. Low-cost leads give you that dopamine hit. It gives you that, yes, look at me go. My ads are working. My ads are like killing it because it's so cheap. But let me ask you something. What is the point of getting 300 new leads this month if 290 of them are never going to open your emails or even buy from you? And don't get me wrong, this isn't a judgment thing. This is literally how Meta's algorithm works right now. It is designed to find people who will click, not people who will buy. Because your pixel can't see beyond that thank you page. It can't even see the thank you page properly. Meta can't track who reads your nurture emails. It doesn't know who buys your $497 course. It just knows who clicked. So what does it do? It gives you more people like that. More clickers, not more customers. Not more qualified humans. Just more people with fast thumbs and short attention spans. And that's why your launches are feeling harder these days. Because they are. You're filling your list with the wrong people and then trying to turn them into buyers by sheer force. And no wonder that's got you scratching your head or even possibly feeling quite exhausted. So what can we do about this? What should you be tracking and paying attention instead? Let's shift from focusing on the cost per lead to the conversion. What actually matters isn't your cost per lead. It is your cost per qualified lead. And a qualified lead is the kind of lead who opens your emails, who clicks on your links, who replies to the emails you send out, who asks questions, who joins your webinar and stays the whole time. And yes, the one who buys from you. So if you're getting 10 leads at $1 who do nothing versus one lead at $7 who buys your $497 offer, who's the real winner here? That $7 lead is gold. The $1 lead is expensive noise. And so here's the mindset shift I want you to make about ads. Cheaper doesn't mean smarter. Return on investment comes from quality, not from volume. So let's look at 4 ways that you can improve the quality of your lead so you know the money you put into list building ads will come back to you later when you launch your course. Number 1, you can build better front-end lead magnets. I once had a client who offered a free ultimate productivity checklist, and she was getting $1.20 leads, which was delightful. But when the launch day came, the results were a bit underwhelming because while the checklist sounded appealing, it attracted a bunch of overwhelmed information collectors, not people genuinely looking for a transformation in their results. Here's the truth. Your lead magnet is your front door. And if your front door opens to someone who doesn't quite feel the pain or doesn't quite have the investment in finding a solution, you're going to end up with a house full of people who don't belong at your dinner table. A good front-end lead magnet should do one thing: pre-qualify the right person. Not just someone with a problem, but someone with a real desire to solve that problem and the capacity to invest. So here are a few examples of strong front-end lead magnets. If you're in the health and wellness space, you could create something like The 3-day energy reset. How to ditch afternoon slumps without more coffee. And that's going to attract someone who's already trying to improve their health, not just someone who's searching to browse his recipes. If you're in the art and creativity space, you could create a quiz called What's Your Creative Block Type? It filters hobbyists who are self-aware and seeking growth, not just scrolling for inspiration. If you're in the business coaching space, the CEO scorecard. Find 5 things you're doing that are keeping you stuck at 6 figures. It speaks directly to someone who's already in motion and ready to scale. Or maybe you're in the social media marketing industry. Caption Cure. 20 fill-in-the-blank prompts that convert followers into buyers. That one's going to attract solutionware and action-oriented. Perfect for someone actually trying to sell on Instagram. This isn't about making a freebie that gets the most downloads. It's about creating one that attracts actual buyers. So here's what you can do. Look at your lead magnet and ask yourself, does this lead magnet still align with my paid offer? Does this lead magnet attract qualified leads? Does this lead magnet solve a problem that leads to this audience wanting an even bigger problem solved? Or does this lead magnet pre-qualify people who will actually invest? Okay, my friend, a little detour because I have some very exciting news. On October the 23rd, I'm launching a brand new course called Scale with Ads. This is the proven system that helps you scale past 6-figure launches and build an evergreen funnel that brings in 20K, 30K months on repeat. If you've already proven your course sells, but you're tired of guessing how to get in front of more of the right people, this is for you. Scale with Ads is the exact system we use inside my agency to fill live launches with ready-to-buy leads and flood evergreen funnels with buyers on autopilot. And here's the extra fun bit. Those of you who are on the waitlist will get a very special bonus. The opportunity for my team and me to review your ads and your funnels. That means you won't be guessing. You'll know exactly what to do next to hit your 6- and 7-figure goals faster. So head to thelaunchlounge.com/waitlist right now. Pop your name on the list and let's make your next launch your best one yet. So that's number 1. You can build better front-end lead magnets. The second thing you can do is, not you can do, you should do, you absolutely have to do really well as well, is warm up leads before you pitch. A cold lead is like a first date. You don't ask someone to marry you over appetizers. Well, unless, of course, all you're asking them is, do you want to go out for a drink? That's perfectly normal. Because here's the nuance that most people miss. Sometimes it is okay to pitch right away. You can ask for the sale right away. And here's where that works. It works when you've got a brilliant, irresistible offer they'll drool over, even if they just met you. So it solves a problem that is highly painful, immediate, and a fairly small investment is required to solve it. So the commitment is low. We're talking $17, $27, maybe $47 offer. That's not a marriage proposal. That's a flirty wink and a casual invitation to get to know you better. That's inviting someone to lunch. But if your offer's higher than $47 or max $97, especially if we're talking $497, $997 or more, you've got to earn that yes. You need to warm them up. Because now you're not just asking them to grab a coffee, you're asking them to commit time, money, and energy. And that's a bigger ask. And that means you need to launch mechanism in front of that pitch, whether that's a webinar, a challenge, a bootcamp, a video series, something that builds trust, something that answers their question, something that gets them emotionally invested in the transformation you're offering. And how do you do that? You can do that with email storytelling. Your email is your most profitable tool here. Share real stories with them, share client wins, and share your personal journey and your why. You can do it with live or pre-recorded trainings. Give them a taste of your teaching and your delivery style. You can do it with social visibility. Show up on your socials with content that backs your promise and shows them evidence you have that you can create the transformation they want. And you can use retargeting ads to stay present in their feed and reinforce the relationship. Because when someone's about to drop nearly $1,000 on your course, they're not just buying your product, they're buying into you. So be worth buying into and give them the trust-building runway they need to say yes. So that's number 2, warm up your cold leads before you pitch. Number 3 is use ads to build relationships, not just your list. Imagine you go to a party, you meet someone amazing and you exchange numbers, and then you never hear from them again. Months later, they text you saying, hey, do you want to buy something from me? I feel like I've met MLMers like that. You'd be like, who even are you? That's exactly what happens when you only use ads to grow your list and then you disappear. And this matters more than ever with how the algorithm is showing our social media content to new people and not to our followers. Because social is not social anymore. Algorithms are not prioritizing your followers. They're pushing your content out to strangers, and they want you to make content for strangers. People who don't know you, don't trust you, and honestly, probably won't even remember you tomorrow. So if you're relying on Instagram or Facebook to nurture your audience organically, you're gambling with visibility. Your best people, the ones who already know, like, and trust you, they're barely seeing your stuff. And that's where paid ads come in, because with just a small budget, you can put your best content directly in front of the people who already said yes to following you. I'm not talking about your top of funnel dancing reels, your jokes or your lip syncs. I'm talking about your middle of funnel content, the kind of stuff that deepens the relationship. Things like snippets from your latest podcast episode where you share a powerful insight. Maybe a short, valuable video teaching them something, or a carousel post where you lay out a mini strategy or bust a common myth. This kind of content doesn't just entertain, it educates, it builds belief, and it reinforces your authority. Most importantly, it keeps you in their world. And here's what you do. Create 2 or 3 middle of funnel pieces of content per week, and then run them as engagement ads to your warm audience. I have loads of content on this podcast about engagement ads. You just have to look back and you'll find it. Retarget your email list and social followers with that content. Get it in front of them. And use $3 to $5 a day campaigns to stay consistently visible between launches. Because if they don't see you, they can't trust you. And if they don't trust you, they won't buy from you. Visibility creates familiarity. Familiarity builds trust, and trust is what drives conversions. So that's how ads become your relationship building secret weapon. That's how we use ads to build relationships with people, not just to build an email list. And if you're loving this content, make sure to subscribe and follow the show wherever you listen, because during October, we're doing an entire month where we just focus on ads. It's all about ads right now. And if you follow the show, you'll get every episode in your feed when it's fresh. So that is number 3, build ads to use relationship, not just a list. Number 4 is look at the whole funnel, not just the front end. You can't fix a leaky bucket by pouring in more water. And yet that's exactly what most course creators do with their ads. They obsess over getting cheaper leads, more leads, faster leads, without ever looking at what happens after someone opts in. Now, let me be very clear here. Your Facebook ad isn't what makes you money. You've heard me say this a million times. Your funnel makes you money. If your funnel isn't converting warm leads, don't expect it to magically convert cold ones. All you're doing is speeding up how quickly you realize something is broken. Now, if you're listening to this thinking, okay, but how do I know what's broken? That's exactly what we covered in episode number 312. The episode is called From Ad to Money in the Bank, Funnels Demystified. In that episode, I break down how to follow one single dollar from the moment you spend it on an ad to the moment it lands back in your bank account. And we talked about why your funnel is like a farm. You can't harvest what you haven't nurtured. I share exactly how to use tags in your CRM to track every lead by source and by journey, and how to run your own most profitable customer journey report so you can finally see which lead magnets, which emails, and which ad campaigns are actually making you money. So if you haven't listened to that episode yet, press save on this episode and go and queue up 312 right after this one. It'll show you exactly where your funnel might be leaking and how to plug those leaks before you waste another cent on ads. Because when your funnel is dialed in, that's when you can stop guessing. That's when you stop gambling and you stop saying, I think this is working. And you start saying, I know this is working because my spreadsheet tells me so. And what that looks like in action is you have lead magnets that consistently bring in qualified leads. You tag every lead so you can trace revenue back to that ad that brought them in. And you review your CRM data after every launch to identify what worked and what didn't, and what to double down on next time. And best of all, you only pour ad dollars into what you already know converts. And that's what a clever freedom empire builder does. They don't just scale faster, they scale smarter. So that was number 4. Look at the whole funnel, not just the front end. I want to leave you with a few quick pitfalls to watch out for, because even when you're doing all the right things, these sneaky mistakes can still creep in and quietly sabotage your results. Think of this as your CEO level checklist, so you can stay clear, focused, and in control of your ad strategy from start to scale. Number 1, chasing $1 leads without checking the quality. Check the quality of your leads. Are they opening your emails? Are they clicking on your emails? Are they buying when you sell to them? Number 2, pitching cold leads on high-ticket offers. Your audience isn't buying because they don't trust you enough yet. You haven't warmed them up. Number 3, only running top-of-funnel ads. Don't just run list-building ads. Add in there some middle-of-funnel content that builds trust and visibility in front of your existing audience. Number 4, ignoring the rest of your funnel. A great ad won't save a leaky nurture sequence or a confusing sales page. Number 5, failing to tag leads properly. Goodness me, if I die on this hill of tagging proper people in your CRM, I will get you all to tag people. If you don't know where your leads come from, you can't track return on investment, and you can't scale what's working. Number 6, skipping the launch runway strategy. You can't just go straight to webinar ads. You need to build your list and nurture them first. Number 7, not reviewing funnel data post-launch, not looking at what actually worked and what didn't work after your promotion. You're not here to dabble. You're here to build something real, something scalable, and something sustainable with deep, meaningful impact. And now you've got the clarity to stop chasing cheap leads and start building relationships that actually convert. You know what to fix, and you know what kind of CEO you're becoming. Your freedom empire isn't built on $1 leads. It's built on smart strategy, bold action, and the kind of confidence that comes from doing it the right way. You've got this. And if you ever found yourself hesitating to spend money on ads because it just feels too risky, you might want to tune in next Tuesday for episode number 350, Why Ads Feel Risky and How to Make Them Predictable. And we're going to unpack exactly why ads can feel like gambling and how to build a system that turns every dollar you spend into a confident, strategic investment. I'll see you then. Bye. If you've been feeling like social media is sucking the life out of you, or you're tired of spinning your wheels trying to build your list with little to show for it, then listen up. Inside our completely free 5-day Facebook and Instagram ads training, you'll discover exactly how much to spend on ads to make them work specifically for your business. I'll walk you through step-by-step how to set up ads that actually get results. Navigate the ads manager with confidence, even when Zucks keeps changing everything, and boost your email list signups instead of just boosting posts. The best part, you'll get lifetime access to all the updated strategies that are working right now in 2025. And you can revisit the training anytime you need a refresher. Ready to stop guessing and start growing your list with confidence? Join over 10,000 others who've taken this course now. Head over to thelaunchlounge.com/getmyadup or click the link in the show notes. Your future students are scrolling right now. Let's make sure they find you.